What's up, everybody? Shawn here, back with another Live to Roll. Shawn and Tom here hanging out on the bonus Live to Roll here. We were supposed to have the women's show today, but Brianna is still. She's on the mend and she'll be back next week, I think, but we're going to hold it down this week and just hang out with you guys.
That's right. Sorry if you're expecting the ladies, but you're stuck with us.
And I actually put in the description, I was like, I don't think we're going to be as pretty as the ladies, but we have good personalities. So, hey.
That's right. What's up, how I roll?
Yeah, what's up, Andrew, and how I
Andrew?
roll? Oh, yeah, let's do some intros, kind of skip that part. So, my name is Shawn, C5, C6 quad from a snowboarding accident 18 years ago. Tom, do your little.
What's up, everybody? I'm Tom, C5, 6 quad as well, just like how I roll. My boy Shawn. And yeah, been paralyzed for going on 25 years. Out here holding it down in SoCal. And yeah, living my best life. Happy to be on a little bonus episode with you guys.
Yeah.
What happened to
cool.
Brianna? She's just having some para issues. We don't want to share without her permission. But,
yeah, I'm sure she'll talk about it a little bit next week when she's back.
I'm sure she'll talk about it. And
So,
the notable news is that she's feeling better on the mend.
yeah,
Huh.
that's the
What
important
up,
part.
Ben?
For sure. Yeah, what's up, Ben?
Yo, bro, let's get Fortnite on the books this week, man. I want to play with you guys. I'm gonna hit up Casey and this other guy, Adrian, see if we can get a literal quad squad going.
Yeah, that'd be cool, you guys. It'd be fun.
But I don't know, Ben, you're
Cool
not a
group.
quad, right?
Yeah, no, Ben's a quad.
Oh, okay,
Heck yeah, Ben is
all
for
right. Hells yeah.
sure.
I mean, I want to wish that on my worst enemy, but I'm glad you're part of the squad. I just wasn't sure if it was like high para.
No, man, yeah, dude. That'll be a fun little group you guys got too. Yeah, Adrian and stuff. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I am in SoCal. I live in the Valley in LA. And I've
Yeah.
been injured since 1997. You mentioned 94. I was in a car accident in 97. So pretty similar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you guys got some
you
years.
got a couple years on me though. That's cool,
Uh,
dude. We appreciate you being here watching. We appreciate the quad experience. It's so cool. All
yeah.
these experienced
Yeah, it's
people.
awesome. And if you guys do have like this would be kind of just an open show. Like we're gonna show, like we said on the thing, just kind of a little play on the video I just posted last week of me like having lunch ready and kind of set up. Just gonna show a few other ways you can have snacks easily open up, easily able to be opened and accessed and whatever stuff like that. So any questions you guys got, let us know. And
I'd wish it on some of the
yeah.
help I've had.
Uh,
It's a tough one. Um, yeah, we got some. I don't know if you guys have any questions or topics that you just want us to kind of talk about or riff on. We're kind of happy to just talk about whatever. Um, talk about whatever you guys want. But otherwise, yeah, we'll just be kind of doing our own thing for a little while today. Just a little bonus episode. We're just filling in,
and if you
and
guys
then
see
I'll be
me
back to
breathing
the
kind of
routine.
hard, like I am right now, or if it looks like I am sweating, I am struggling a little bit today and having some AD. So just bear with me, and I think Tom's having some
Gosh,
issues too.
darn it, Shawn.
Uh,
You had to get
but
AD right in the middle of the episode, bro.
just like right now, I'm like sweating, my forehead's sweating like crazy. I'm like, all right, Jesus, right off the start, dude. Like,
No, man.
just hoping to
First
get
of
through a
all,
little bit.
no. Thanks for letting us know. No need to worry or apologize. And if you need to, just like do your thing, just let me know, and I can always hold it down for you too, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm cool usually. I can power through it most of the time, but occasionally the head starts to hurt a little bit and stuff like that. So hopefully it'll
Yeah,
stay mellow-ish.
you got like high blood pressure with AD, and I'm like over here with like low BP, like trying to like
Oh,
keep
you're
my
having a
blood
low
pressure
day.
up.
I have those low days too, man. That's what's crazy. So after when I have stuff like this, where I'm having elevated BP for days, like where I'm having AD like struggles with AD for several days, once that levels out and I even just get back to normal, I feel like I'm at such a low for a whole day or two. It takes a while for me just to like level back out, basically. Like I'm at that super low, like you are right now. Like it's just
Yeah.
those swings we have, you know.
No,
Um,
it's the swings, man. It's like a sine curve. It's just like up and down, up and down. Um, but I get it that I forget the name of it, whatever it is that causes your BP to drop after you eat. I just like I always like I don't eat enough in the morning. Like I'm just like an afternoon eater, and if I don't eat before the show, then I'll get low, like either really bad during the show or right after. But it's kind of like I really need to plan better for this and eat like a couple hours before because I ate just right before we got on, and it just like eating made me kind of get low right
no, it does,
afterwards.
yeah. Eating because the blood goes to your stomach to help you digest and everything, and that causes your circulation to decrease a little bit, and
Yeah.
bam.
What's
How I
triggering
will
your
ask.
AD?
So I am still kind of figuring that out, but I think it's either it's bladder related. But I'm not peeing on myself like I do a lot of times when I either have a UTI, which I dropped a urine culture off or a urine sample off on Tuesday. I'm hoping they get back to me. I was hoping today, but tomorrow maybe. Um, it's either that or possibly a stone in there, or the catheter is just placed wrong, and in really uncomfortably and bad. Because every time I touch my bladder, move the catheter, like when I transfer and bend over, I get the AD spell. And then like I thought I was maybe constipated or was having bowel issues because when I was having gas, it was increasing. But I realized that when I was having gas, it was just putting more pressure on my bladder, and that's what was actually causing. Because I always have like a mild discomfort from gas, but like it was just the combo effect of whatever pressing on my bladder. So yeah, it's my bladder. Luckily, I'm not peeing on myself, so I can still get out and function and do stuff. But it's just really uncomfortable and sweating
So
on
what are you
myself.
doing to like mitigate the symptoms of the UTI possibly?
I've been
Are
trying,
you
well, drinking more water. I've been taking extra Demonos. Um, I tried to flush my catheter this morning, which I haven't been doing as regularly. So I'm hoping maybe that helps. Maybe I haven't been, on top of that as much. So another thing. So do you do your own strips? No, I don't actually. I don't know. That's a good idea.
Andrew
Um,
having some late night crisps? Are you eating some Walkers, dude? Oh, it's like the Lay's brand over there in the UK. Um, that's cool though, man. We appreciate you hanging up late with
hey,
us.
Cheryl.
What up, Cheryl? I've never heard or like thought of getting test
Yeah, at
strips
home
to have
test.
at home.
But
I
I don't
didn't
know.
even know
Would
you
would the
could.
at home
I mean, I
test
guess
give
it
you
makes
enough?
sense, but
But would that give you enough of an idea? I guess it would tell you if you have an infection or not, for
well,
sure.
the
But
other
it
like
wouldn't break down. There's like so many strains and stuff that they like, have to.
yeah, I mean, if 90% of the time it's like E. coli, maybe even
Yeah.
more.
And that's what
But
Demonos helps with usually. So
yeah,
that's why it's good. But
the other reason
and
to
that's what,
test at a facility is because your doctor can't verify the home results. They have to do it through a lab, and the only way to get antibiotics or anything like that is to have a lab do it through your doctor. But it may be advantageous to, you know, have something like that. Never really thought about it.
how
Um,
much Demonos? They're like I think they're like 500 milligram. I can't remember what the bottle, what they are. But I take two of them usually every night. So I've just been taking two in the morning as well, to add to that. And yeah, just doubling it. I don't know. So maybe I should even increase that more. We'll see.
and someone asked earlier, have you watched the French movie called The Intouchables?
Oh yeah,
Yes, I have. It's dope.
I,
Good movie.
I
Um,
have not.
it's about a quadriplegic and like this caregiver. It's kind of like a feel-good comedy. Um, it was redone here in the States with Bryan Cranston and Kevin Hart.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah, yeah.
I forget what that one was called, but it wasn't called The Untouchables.
Yeah.
And it was obviously supposed to be a little bit more funny, I don't know, like the American actors. Watch the original if you have access to it. It really is an incredible film. You watch the remake too. I don't think it was terrible. I haven't watched it though because I was afraid to like cringe a little bit. And I like Bryan Cranston and Kevin Hart,
I did, yeah, I
but
like both of them too.
like if I like both of them, it might be worth a watch too. Like I like wheelchair humor and see how like people portray that kind of stuff. But it's like supposed to be feel good, and it's supposed to be like the caregiver. It's like this younger guy that's like pulls this older guy, kind of life thinks life is over out of his shell a little bit. Helps him show him life's still living. But yeah, definitely check out that film if that's what you're into.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Actually,
I
I haven't
love
seen
me
either
some
one,
foreign
so
films. You watch any foreign films, Sean?
I watched some. Yeah, not probably not that many, not as many as
Hit me with one, man. Top foreign film. Put you on the
dude.
spot.
uh,
I'm just kidding, man. It's all good.
like I don't even remember what the. I think the last thing I went to go see in a theater, like that was like a foreign or like independent type film like that, was this Japanese film.
Was it
But
Parasite?
no, I didn't see Parasite. No, I like way more.
That was
So
good.
this
That was
dude,
good.
what's his name? Dang it, dude! I'm like on the spot now. I'm like my brain feels like it's not working right now.
You
What the
got a
fuck?
computer in front of
Ta-
you, bro. Google it. No, I'm just
Takashi. Oh
kidding.
yeah, I know. uh, but
People are like, "What is this tangent that they went on right now? This is not disability related." I'm sorry, you guys.
we
We're just
started
kind of
with
having
disability
fun.
related film, and then it went into foreign film, and
We're just
then
kind of having fun a little bit. This is your Tuesday night movie
uh,
recommendo from Live to Roll.
yeah, dude. Um, oh man, what was it called, dude?
Yeah,
Takashi.
how I roll. Definitely check out the
Uh,
at-home strips. I'm very curious to yeah see something like that. I just
yeah,
worry
he
like
said
no
they're
matter
12 bucks.
I just feel like no matter the pee that I tested, it would like come back like I had an infection because like I feel like I always have like a little one going on. What up, Quad Life? Huh. How you doing, my dude? We're crashing the ladies show, man. Brianna wasn't feeling that great, so we're just filling in. I took T-Monos for a little while. Uh, the pills were too big, and I wasn't like consistent enough with it. Uh, the thing that I take right now is like a vitamin pack. It's got multivitamins, B12. It's got like some omega
That's
fatty, acids, and then a probiotic, and then um, like sometimes I'll take some aspirin or Advil, sodium naproxen or whatever that stuff is, for like my joint pain.
that's yeah. And I actually just wanted to mention that Howard Roll mentioned he doubles the dose anytime he eats beef, and I didn't really ever think about that, but I wonder if I should start to like increase. I don't know. Is that like does beef usually cause more? I know all kinds of stuff in your diet can cause uh,
You're good, my dude.
issues,
That's good
but
to hear, man.
yeah, quad life. What's
Quad
up,
life
man?
out here chilling. Big chilling, bro.
What's up, quad life? What's up, bro?
um,
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. So that movie, real quick, before we go too far off, it's by the Takashi Mike. Who, if you guys don't know who Takashi Mike is, he's like a badass Japanese director. He's kind of like the Quentin Tarantino of Japan, and the movie is called First Love, and it is
yeah,
cool.
dude. I
It's a
know
cool movie.
exactly what you're talking about, dude. That is cool.
That was the
Sean
last
knows.
movie I went to theaters to see, and like for foreign film. Oh,
Hey,
I'll, yeah, I
someone's
got you.
here. Can you? Yeah, it's just a delivery. Just hang up. Bear with me for a second, you guys.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no worries. We got you, dude.
Hey, boss. You can come. You can come on in.
Should we leave it
Can
big or
you
should
just
I?
put it right here in front of the pantry, my man? Just like always. Appreciate you, man.
This is some real life quad
You
stuff
have a
here
great
we
day,
got going
boss.
on today.
Thank you.
This is what happens with the bonus episodes. You guys get what's going on in real life.
I just got my like monthly catheter supplies, so now I have 4 giant cardboard boxes stacked halfway to the ceiling that I gotta deal with. Lovely, 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 but that's all good. I was running out of my catheters, so they were very timely.
Yeah, man, dude. That's like one thing with you guys in the catheters is you always gotta make sure you got your supply, and
Yeah, no, it's expensive for me to
if you
pee.
start getting near the end of the month and stuff, yeah, dude, it's like,
It's $13 for each bag. So every time I
dude,
cat, like I'm paying for lunch basically. At least for myself. I mean, I'm not paying for it. Insurance is covering it, obviously. Um, but maybe not obviously. Um, but that is how I get my stuff covered. But it's crazy. Like it's insane what is charged for these little plastic bags and tubes. But
yeah, dude,
so it gives me my
it's
independence.
crazy.
So it's dope. But
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, it's like one of the challenges living in Los Angeles. I don't know, like there's a lot of houses here. I live in an apartment, because that's just my situation. Um, and living in a studio and getting like I get to make catheter supply for a month. It's like, oh shit, where do I put all these boxes? Where do I store all this stuff? So it's a little tricky. But I
uh,
gotta like really manage my supply chain well, and thankfully my DMV is good. I'm not gonna plug them because we only talk about urology professionals up in here.
yeah,
But
yeah. So he doesn't actually buy his own like out of pocket. They're paid for by insurance, but
yeah,
that's
it's
the
covered through
problem
insurance.
is. Uh, And yeah, we will actually. Why don't we take a quick second and go ahead and shout out our catheter supplier here, sponsor, Urology Professionals, which is nationwide in the U.S. So if you're in the U.S. and need catheter supplies, call Urology Professionals and they will hook you up because
That's right.
they're just a really cool company. We're good friends with them. They're part of the community here. They help out all the time, and they're sister company, or the main company actually, is Mobility Professionals, which is just here in Southern California. But if you are in need of a wheelchair, commode chair, anything like that, any type of mobility adaptive device, give them a call. If you're in Southern California, they can take care of all your insurance and everything like that if you're switching over, and they will help you out. Super nice, super cool people, and
Yo, Quad
yeah.
Life, you said you pay for your catheters? Your insurance
My
denies
insurance
you.
denied me.
You gotta catch a deadly UTI in order for them to get paid for.
That's
That's
not
shit.
cool,
That's
man.
not right. That's
What
not
insurance?
how it
Yeah, what
should
insurance
be.
do you have? Right, that's crazy.
Even
Because
if you're on
even
like the basic Medicare, Medi-Cal, that's an issue with your doctor, man. They need to write you a prescription and if the insurance still denied you at that point, uh, you got to talk to us, and we got to talk to our people and get that figured out for you because you shouldn't you shouldn't be having to pay for that stuff out of pocket. The only stuff that you usually do have to is like bowel care stuff. If you deal with like enemas, enemies,
yeah, that's what sucks. Yeah,
suppositories, whatever, that stuff generally isn't covered. Sometimes you get pads and things like that. Medicaid, yeah, dude, that's not right. Quad Life, we
yeah, you
gotta we
should.
gotta talk to you, bro, because they that that's pretty unheard of for the spinal cord injury community. You shouldn't
Yeah,
have
did
your
they?
catheters denied.
Yeah,
Even
for
if you
sure.
do, like, let us know. We'll talk to our people at Triumph, and we'll get you whatever catheters you need, without
Yeah,
you having to like pay for them at least,
we have
because
some catheters for sure
yeah, like
on the
we have,
exchange.
yeah. Plus, we'll
So,
talk to Anthony. We'll talk to Teen over at Urology Pros and get you hooked
and
up,
what's
man.
up, Adrian? Great to see you too, bro. We love you
Yo,
too, man.
dude.
We were just talking about you actually. Talking about Tom was talking about gaming with you, man.
Different Adrian, but also I got a game with
Oh,
this
my
Adrian
bad.
too. No,
I thought
no,
that's who you're talking about.
no. There's actually it's wild. There are two quad Adrians out there. I don't know if y'all know of each other, but
uh,
oh, we definitely all got to hook up, online or otherwise.
for sure, dude. Yeah, yeah, that's cool. Um, and what else was another one up here? Oh, J Mac mentioned naproxen. And then earlier, Quad
I
Life had mentioned taking naproxen
I've
as,
never really thought of that. When you
or
say it messes up your stomach, like, does it like
I don't know if
cause you
that's
to
the same
like have
thing.
accidents or bowel issues, or does it like just make you feel sick? I generally don't have any discomfort or feeling from it, but and I haven't like noticed it causing any like bowel issues, but I didn't really think that was a side effect of it. What up? We got Zach Colley,
Oh, what's up,
famous
Zach?
YouTuber in the building. What's up, my man?
Yeah, what's
Appreciate
up,
you
Zach?
joining the show.
Yeah, thanks for joining, man. This is just kind of our bonus hangout. Show some quad technique episode. Answer
Medi
questions, whatever you guys got.
How I roll says Medicaid does cover incontinence supplies if prescribed by your doc. So it's really where it comes down to a lot of confusion and how honestly like the medical system takes advantage of individuals because there can be a lot of layers to this. It's like you, what you need, your doctor, what they prescribe, and then your insurance is what they like listen to your doctor and generally they'll approve it, but a lot of times they deny it too. Now, the only way to really go about it if you get denied is to appeal. Now, if you, I mean, if you're quad, bro, like there is no instance of where you should be denied catheter supplies or anything like that. If, Howie Roll mentioned, did they deny you catheters or just closed system ones? That's where there could be some gray area with like what the insurance will cover. Um, but whatever it is, whatever the supplies work, at least when it comes to urinary care, there should be no issue with the insurance, even with Medicaid. So if that's what you're running into, dude, um, I'll try to reach out to you on Instagram, or we can, figure out a way to talk or communicate further. But got to figure out how to rectify that because there's no way you should be paying anything out of pocket for your catheter supplies.
Yeah, how I roll so each state has their own
Yeah,
regulations, or yeah, but
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
still, I
yeah.
feel like still
Still, it
basic
seems kind of
catheters
wild.
should be covered, even if it's not closed bag. If they're even open and whatever, you should be able to get some basic catheter supply for sure. Um,
In the UK, they give us omeprazole to protect our stomach with naproxen. I'm gonna do a little bit of research. Thank you for pointing that out, JJ, because I um, haven't really been aware of any risk in regards to like my stomach taking that, and it's something I do take pretty regularly to help mitigate my chronic wrist pain, and shoulder pain, and neck pain, and back pain.
all pain.
And I
Oh
mean,
man.
I only do it when I need to. And it's like when I'm like trying to work or do something, and like the pain is like distracting me to the point where like it's compromising my productivity. If I can just manage without it, I will. But it's always a tricky balance. But this is just like this over the counter stuff. Like I don't know. I hope there's not any significant risk that's associated with it. Hey, Mama.
Yeah,
Thanks for
hopefully
joining
not.
in. She's just getting off
Hit the
work.
like.
Sending you lots of love. Hope you're feeling good. Can chill out for the rest of the day.
Yeah, that's cool. Uh,
My mom works a
awesome.
crazy job. She's a nurse in a prison. But not going to give out any more information than that. It's pretty wild though. It's because she's a badass lady.
Yeah, a badass nurse.
Yeah, best in the
uh,
world.
yeah. Um, yeah, man. I don't know if we want
So
to get in.
I was just gonna say, yeah, man, we got some snacks, we got some stuff.
I'm actually getting a
Um,
little hungry too. I could go for a little bit. I usually eat a snack before the show, but I saved them to open on show.
so you were using the self cath, but you got denied. Well, if that's the case, talk to us. We'll get you in touch with Dean or someone at one of these urological supply companies. Know a bunch of them, or wherever you are, man. I don't know where you're located, but we should be able to figure that out for you if that's like the preferred way you catheterize. It helps, means you like taking better health of your bladder and being more independent. It shouldn't matter what kind of self cath, whatever. We should be able to figure out a way to get it covered. So definitely gonna follow up with you and try to figure that out. Um,
Yeah, dude, that's crazy to not be able to get the catheter supplies.
yeah, man, I'd be dead in the water without my self cads. It'd be really crazy. Like I can still
And I've heard of
intermit.
people boiling them and stuff and reusing. It's like that's just crazy to have to redo and like or have to
Well, I
do like
used the straight cath through my urethra for a long time, and that's what we did do is like we'd
just clean
reuse
them.
them because we'd only get like 30 a month.
Damn,
Um,
man, that's crazy. So yeah, you'd have to
but
use one every
yeah,
day and not throw it away until
you
yeah,
should use that every
that's
time. If you want to like maintain like actual sterility and like not being introduced a lot of bacteria, like even if you boil, like you can get rid of all the bacteria.
yeah, no, it's
It's not after you
impossible. Yeah,
handle it and stuff. Like it's
and
just
not like through there and like yeah, dude. There's just yeah, that that's not the way to do it. But how I roll
yeah.
mentioned real quick. He went to couple pain clinics and couldn't prescribe anything, but after 7 years found weed. So yeah, weed helps for sure. That's like I don't take anything. I don't have any other like opiate prescribed pills. But
Shout out Kit Kat. This is my girlfriend in the chat. She's a social worker and is very knowledgeable and knows the ins and outs of all of this stuff in very, very significant detail, even more so than me. So it's one of my resources too. You can always reach
yeah, I
out
feel
to
like
me.
between
Oh
Dean,
yeah, we
Anthony,
got the
Triumph,
squad.
like we can get you. We should be able to at least get you some catheters to like set you up for a while till you can get the insurance figured out. But something, man, because that's not cool.
Shout out Kit Kat in the chat. Hey.
Yeah. Hey, Caitlin.
um, I went a month and a half
That's
without Kaz once. Yeah, I mean, I thankfully never been without. We used to have to reuse certain number of the straight Kaz, but thankfully, the regulations for insurance changed, and we were able to end up with a surplus. Now I have a stockpile. Like at my parents' house, I got like seriously my apocalypse stockpile. If like stuff goes down, and these systems we rely on for getting our catheters stop working, I'm gonna be covered for a couple months at least, hopefully. And then I can
smart. I
reuse
mean,
straight caths indefinitely if need be, as long as they hold up. But it's a tricky thing.
yeah.
um,
So even with my like super pubic catheters, like I hate not having at least like a couple backup ones here in case something happens, and I have had like where they're supposed to supply them for my home health, but they just like sometimes don't have them, didn't bring them, whatever, and I've had to buy those out of pocket and get them through my doctor because those have to be prescribed as well. It's a whole pain in the ass, dude.
I feel like a sense of security down here in Southern California because
It's
like I
okay.
know that if for some reason I didn't have what I needed, I could like call one of a few dozen people and figure, like at least get some help to float me until I could figure something out. But it is like very, very insecure feeling to not have medical supplies, not have what you need. And no one should ever feel like that, ever. Not here in America, a first world country. Should always be covered. Nobody in the world should feel like that. But even if it's happening here, then there's just like a failing in the system somewhere, and we got to figure out how to rectify that because it should all be covered and taken care of.
Most definitely. Yeah, dude. That's because yeah, that's crazy. Um,
um, but
but all
we
right.
got some quad tips for you guys. I don't know if
Yeah,
you
we
want to
can do
get
that. We're already
started.
like halfway
And
through.
tell
Yeah,
us in
man.
the chat, Zach, if you're still with us, Quad Life, uh, Benny Boy, anybody, how I roll, JJ. How do you guys do this stuff? Do you use your teeth a lot for like we're talking snacks, we're talking, just like little things that require a lot of dexterity. How do you open up a can like a soda can? Do you dig your thumb in there and are able to flip it? You use your teeth? What do you do?
I'll tell you one for me personally. I do not like using my teeth for the can. I have seen people do that. It scares
It's a
the
dangerous
crap out of me.
game. You're about to see it
But
again, my man, because
uh,
that's how I
I,
do it.
I learned how to use a fork a while back because usually when I'd have my Coke is when I'd have dinner. So I'd usually have a fork with me and I could pry the fork under, pop it up. Like it took a few moves, but like I would be able to get it popped open with the fork. Just so that's because I am afraid of doing it. I open so much with my teeth already. Like, um,
Yeah, well, I've done the fork trick too. It's butter knife, real knife, spoon. You know, uh, figure it out one way or the other.
yeah,
The idea with that is just being able to, like wedge and use like the lever arm, the leverage to like open it a little easier,
yeah,
um,
exactly, exactly.
which can really work great. Sounds really lazy, but sometimes they're too lazy to go grab a fork. And I don't know. So here's the thing, like you I'm really careful with what I do with my teeth, especially if it's
Oh,
like metal or anything hard, because I've chipped my teeth a couple of times. I've chipped an eye tooth and I chipped my front tooth. Not significantly, but just a little bit, enough to scare the shit out of me. Be like, oh gosh, I don't want to go to the dentist and have to deal with this. But I still use my teeth. But I don't know, I'm like very comfortable and confident with my ability to like do a soda can. And I do it every day. And I don't know, like it's probably not great for my enamel, tell you that. But I brush twice, I floss, try to take care of myself. My, dentist tell me my teeth look good. Um,
and that's good, dude.
but
And you're yeah.
but you do want to be careful because that's a real risk. Um, and I've
Unfortunately, it's
known a
just
bunch of
something that
quads.
quads we tend to have to do. Like we're,
Yeah.
I don't like if you break your teeth, don't be like live to roll said to use my teeth.
At one of
like
my first support groups, I heard this joke
uh,
from our lovely quadriplegic friend Jeanette,
yeah,
who's the
I
best.
know this joke.
She says, "What do you call a quad that can't use his teeth? Fucked." Uh, because
yeah.
it's pretty true. It's like,
Uh,
it's saying like if you're a germaphobe, like it's gonna be a hard life for you.
oh, bro, yeah. Quad, no way, dude. I've when I was early on, I'd be out whatever, getting like somewhere and eating lunch somewhere, and like not realize because I was really hungry and just kind of like dove into food. Look at my hands halfway through, and like my hands are just filthy from pushing my chair, like just disgusting. Like I'm like licking fingers and stuff. Like, all right, if I haven't died yet, so
Yeah.
my immune system's strong. Uh, oh, Renee says, show me some microwave techniques. Uh, so, one thing I will tell you, and maybe Tom will show you some here. For me, Renee, when I have to use the microwave on my own, like, I don't know if you saw, actually, I didn't do it in this video. I have one video from when before I moved out here with my grandma when I was living on my own. I had my microwave set just on a table that I could roll under so that I could roll right up to it, get plates pretty much right into it. Like I could actually roll under the microwave. And for me, that helped a lot. Tom has his technique. I think he can do it from the side a little bit, but still has to be
Yeah.
at a level where it's kind of works.
I don't
So,
want to toot my own horn, but I am a microwave professional. Um, but that's gonna be the next cooking vid. Isn't gonna be on the stove, like showing off my, you know, technical quad skills. It's gonna be a little bit more like I'm gonna get like some Amy's organic microwavable meals, and maybe do something to my toaster oven, and just like show some real simple stuff. And it's gonna really focus on just the techniques, how to do it without burning yourself, how to manage mugs, and stuff like that. And in one of my in the first cooking episode where I did the soup, I did touch on some of that because I microwaved the soup.
yeah.
Um, so you can check it out there, but keep an eye out for the content, Renee, because that's going to be the next cooking episode. It's going to be kind of more of the stuff we're going to be going over right now. And yeah, just some simple ways to make some prepared meals.
Yeah. So I grabbed a couple of things. These are snacks that I always eat. One is just like little bags of pretzels or chips. And if you saw the video I just posted last week, I show how I open a bag of chips by pulling it apart, by biting one side and then kind of pinching the other. But the pretzels are harder to do that with. The chip bags have like a little bit of like air in them, so it kind of gives you, it like makes it easier for me to get my hand in the little crack there. With the pretzels, a lot of times what I'll do is actually try to bite and tear a corner, but these are thick bags and hard to do, so I'll give it a go. Yeah, these are.
We believe in you. That's how my microwave is set up too, Hip Crip. It's on a counter. Nice, man. It's on a counter and with enough room in front to sit a plate or to, you know, like sit a Tupperware or whatever it is I might be microwaving.
All right, see, I screwed that up and it ripped kind of straight across instead of down where like I can get stuff out. So now what I have to do is get my finger in here and try to like just peel the top open. Now I just got the whole thing open, so I can just.
There you go.
But hey, you just got to improvise.
Yeah, improvise. Use your teeth.
And then the other thing is with bags of stuff like this, I don't even like to deal with picking them up. I wedge it into my hand. I pour it in my mouth. Like that.
That's what she said. No, stop. I'm trying to stop making those jokes. Yeah, dude, that's very solid technique. I don't really tilt my bag like that. I'm afraid that like chips are just gonna go all over my face on my shirt.
Yeah, that's just with chips. Some chips I don't like. Doritos are harder to do that with because they're big. So like those I'll grab usually out, but.
So that's actually Shawn's main move, Hip Crip, is to use the scissors.
I do, yeah. So that's what I usually do. Actually, just cut the corner with scissors when I'm in my like in here in my room. But I didn't put my scissors over on this side of the desk, and I figured we'll just go with the teeth because not everybody has scissors all the time.
And yeah, use your palms. I mean, it's like kind of that's like the trifecta, right? It's like the teeth, the lips, and then you know, squeeze your hands. Man, the double entendres just really work great for snacks. But
I don't even want to open this Gatorade bottle I have here. That's not going to be funny. That's not going to be alright.
No, but it's how we do it. Here's the chip. Here's the trip for bottles. How I usually do my water. It's not great for the environment. Get a lot of water bottles because I don't like LA water. But always recycle. I encourage everybody to do so. Sport top bottles are the best. Yeah. You don't need to unscrew them and screw them every time. The bottle is just like solid. And then the way that I do it is like I'll just bite it and like flip it open.
Yeah, it's the same thing I do.
Spill water all over my lap and my headphone cable. Please don't stop working.
Hopefully we're all right.
It went right in the volume control. Ah, God.
Well, so far you still got sound, so.
Well, here's a pro tip. Don't squeeze the bottle too tight together with your hands when you're opening.
So that is another thing. Like, you know, the smaller water bottles, like the 12 ounce usually, just like that, the smaller ones with the twist top on them. Like, those are great, and a lot of times at events and stuff, those are what they're handing out and everything. But the plastic on them is so soft. So if you try to get a hold of it and squeeze it and get that bite and open it, like, it's almost guaranteed going to burst out of the top because, like, the amount of pressure just to hold the bottle in your hands is going to squeeze that flimsy plastic. So like the thicker Arrowhead bottles are a little bit better, but still, yeah. I mean, you got to be careful in that squeeze. Small pocket. Oh, nice. And then you
Sorry,
put your
I'm
finger
just
in.
like reading all the tips in the chat. If
Yeah,
Crips
no.
just hit me with them. Um,
Uh, yeah, dude, that's cool. Um,
hmm.
so I,
And then my other vice outside of these sport top bottles. Um, and yeah, you reuse them. I usually just get a big pack. You can get them at Target. You can get them at Costco. You can get them at Trader Joe's. That's where I really recommend getting
right
them
now,
because
the
they got them
Costco
super
near me
cheap.
does not have those Arrowhead bottles. They like for
Oh
some reason
man,
they only have. I'll show you the. And this one already been opened, but it's one of these Crystal Geyser ones with the stupid blue top. And these have this weird little tab that comes on them that's already ripped off here. But they're a pain in the ass because I can rip them off, but they're too small for me to handle, so they pretty much just fall everywhere. Like once I pull them off the bottle.
now the trick
I
with those
love
ones,
those
dude,
bottles.
rip them off and then hold it in your teeth and just spit it on the ground.
Well, yeah, but like the problem is half the time I'm ripping them off, I'm like, I try to do it next to my trash can and spit it into the trash can, but like it's hard to spit that little plastic thing like with accuracy. So, um, yeah, but I wish I could get those bottles again right now.
That's smart hip crib having a hydration pack on the back of your chair, 3 liters of water.
That is
Um,
smart.
I really should do something like that. I just don't have an ice maker, and it'd be hard to like have a bag of lukewarm water on my back of my chair all day. Um, but I should figure something out like that. Get some of the flipping ice
I've
trays up in
actually
here.
I've seen people with that kind of setup in their car for driving. Like they've had it on the back of their driver's seat and the tube coming over so that they could just basically reach over and pinch the tube
Yeah, I mean
to
it's
drink
hands
water
free.
on their ride.
Have
Like
a
it's a
little
hands
tube.
free.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's another idea for people out there. Um, and I
bottle
also
opener. Go ahead, Shawn. Sorry.
I was gonna say I grabbed a couple of like a regular size and a big Ziploc too, just to show how I open Ziplocs and stuff as well. If people keep stuff, I do like to keep a lot of things in Ziploc baggies. They're easy to get in and out of.
Yeah, I do the teeth open and then the face smashed close.
Yeah. So for the teeth open, I always try to find the side. One side's a little lower than the other, so I'll bite the lower side, so the higher side's easier to grab, and then I can.
All the Ziploc bags in my fridge that have like bite marks in them from like resealing them. Like people grab them, they're like, "What the hell happened here?" Don't judge me.
It's not coming apart. Ugh. This guy's sealed. There we go. So yeah,
Of course.
just by
It's
the one side,
insulated.
just got to get the grip and then pull across. And then like Tom said, just do the palm smash. Or sometimes you won't be able to see it, but I'll put it flat on the desk and then push it down with my like heel of my palm across the desk because it's like solid and you can hear it click across.
I feel like a locksmith when I do my Ziploc bags because like I put it against my chin and I'll kind of feel for like when the little zippy part like sticks together and then I'll push it, but I'm like trying to like move it all delicately. Now zipper lock bags, I have some right here. I should take a minute to go and grab one, but it's a Ziploc that just has a slider that goes across. Generally, they're like $1 or two more, depending on the quantity you buy, but are awesome. It can be a lot easier for quads just because it provides like a slidable zipper that you can, use your teeth or your fingers. Usually a lot easier.
Yeah. No, they do work good, but
Quad Life asked about bottle openers. I have a bottle opener that's wall mounted. So I just like put the bottle to it and then bend it back and it pops it. And then it has a little magnet beneath so it catches like the bottle caps or whatever. I also have a bottle opener that I could use. It's easy enough to just kind of position it and then pry it with the leverage. I definitely don't use my teeth for that. The wall mounted bottle opener, it looks kind of cool. Show off to the bros. But like it's kind of usable. It's kind of a cool utility. Um, I don't know how
I would,
often you're cracking open, um, you know, bottles like that, but I don't know. I do it semi regularly, whether it's like a root beer or a beer, and uh, it seems to work pretty well. But I don't know if there are like adaptive bottle openers out there. I'm sure there are some that kind of like maybe fit more secure to your hand.
I think
Uh,
there's some that are a little bit bigger. And I was also going to bring up, I forgot earlier, they do make adaptive like can openers. I've even got them on Amazon. It's got just like this little tab that slides. You slide the tab of the the Coke can in, soda can in, and then you can just pry it right up. And they're like $5-10. I have actually one that's magneted to my refrigerator in my room, so it's like just a fridge magnet. You can pop it off and use it easy.
yeah. Huh. I have it's just an electric can opener where
Oh
you
yeah,
just
yeah.
like clamp
Oh
it
for
on,
oh for actual
and
cans.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. No, that's hard. Yeah, that's cool. That's good. Good
that's
tip.
pro level,
Yeah, that
pro
is.
level stuff. Um, but it's cool. It's like very usable. But I'm also very mindful when I shop for cans to get one with like a little popper that you can like peel back, just because it's usually a lot easier.
Yeah.
I've had buddies like crack open a beer up my chair before when we couldn't find a bottle opener. Keys, heck yeah. A lighter.
Oh yeah. I've had friends. I actually used to have a friend when we were younger that could open them in his teeth, like in the back of his teeth.
No, 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 don't try that. Don't try that. You're setting yourself up for failure. That makes me cringe, and I've like opened up cans with my teeth.
uh,
I
that's awesome. I don't know what else I have. But I do have the Gatorade here. I don't
I
know if I
have
want to do that
I have
or.
a can right here.
All
If
right. Yeah.
your masculinity's gonna get in the way, Shawn.
I'll do the bottle after. It's cool. I already
Nobody's
did it
gonna
once on that.
nobody's gonna grab a screen grab and Photoshop anything except for me, okay? I promise I won't share it too publicly.
And
Just
I
within
already
our
did
Rich
it.
Roll family.
Uh,
Okay. I really hope this doesn't spray everywhere. Let me try to move my headphone wire. It has this little volume control right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. And it's just open. I'm always like super paranoid. I lifted my mic up a little bit, so sorry if I got a little quieter. But I don't know. It just is basically what it looks like. I use my two front teeth. I hook the back of the can opener and I just like pull it up. There you go.
yeah, man, that's the quad open, dude. I've seen others do it as well. I don't know.
That one's
I feel like
easy.
I already have kind of an overbite, so like I feel like pulling my teeth out. Like, man, if I keep opening more cans, it's gonna make that shit worse.
I know, but it's like not enough pressure on your teeth like for such a short amount of time to
I'm
like
just
move them
kidding.
out of shape. Um, I don't know. I it's something I literally do every day. I'm a sucker for my LaCroix and like my seltzer water. I usually gotta like I like to have at least one if I have them on hand. So that means cracking them open. When I get older, if like my teeth need more care, and uh, I'll definitely switch over to a different method using like a fork or
It seems
spoon or
like you
something.
have it like
But
probably pretty down where you're. I mean, yeah, you seem to have it pretty.
oh, like what if I smile and like my two front teeth are just missing?
That's what I was waiting
I
for
just
right
broke
here
them in
live on the
half.
show. That was gonna be the one that cracked your teeth, like right here on the show. Like, shh. uh, uh, use Dyson for opening pill bottles.
Pill,
What is
what's
Dyson? Is that like a sticky material?
yeah, what is that? If you
I
can
actually just got
elaborate.
one of these in I forget what this was in. One of the events I just went to had a little package. And this is like from City of Hope, but it's one of those easy gripper bottle grippers. It was like part of our adaptive little package. I don't know. I had it on my desk here in case I ever needed to open something with it. And I actually I have like a silicone mat that I use here and in my room. And it sticks to the table really well, and it's really tacky. So I can actually use it to open jars and close jars, because if I put it flat on the mat, it doesn't slide on the bottom. And if I apply just a little bit of pressure down, and I can use two hands and twist like the top of the jar lid when I need to, and like the bottom stays still on the silicone mat. It's actually like one of those like wax smoking silicone mats that like but they work really good as like a tacky, functional. I think you can even bake with them. They're made to like be in the oven. I forget exactly what they are, but very tacky and functional for opening stuff for me.
We usually kind of wedge the pill bottle against my hand, just like put pressure down and try to twist. Sometimes I can get it with my hand. Other times I'll use my teeth for the pill bottles too, where I'll just bite it, kind of push it against my mouth, like high pressure, and twist. Now that's probably not really great either for your teeth. So don't really recommend that method unless you're desperate.
Yeah, I've done that with pill bottles as well. I've also with like regular like prescription bottles and stuff that are supposed to have the child lock. Using that little thing would probably be helpful. But what I would do is usually use my shirt on one side and then just like lick my hand so it's tacky enough on the other. And I can like apply enough pressure inward to like push in and spin that lock undone. Not the easiest, and if I'm kind of weak or tired from the day, it's a harder unlock for sure, but that's one of the ways I do that without my teeth. Because I can do it with the teeth too, but they're bigger bottles usually, sometimes, and it's like hard to stretch my teeth around.
Yeah, no, I mean definitely. If like the bottle's too big, obviously it's gonna be an issue. I'm just talking. Oops, sorry, I forgot to put that mic down. I'm just talking your like traditional pill bottle. The other thing that I do, like for my Aleve, that I'll take from time to time, or any kind of supplement bottle, vitamins, probiotic, otherwise. Um, Usually you can find it with like an arthritis friendly lid, meaning like I don't know, it's just easier to twist. Like even like the lid is shaped differently so you can grip it easier and stuff. There are arthritis like friendly lids out there, for lots of things that at least I've come to discover. At least they have them out here in LA, for elderly people. But they also work great for quads, as long as you don't
Yeah,
have to worry about like dogs or kids possibly getting into them, because the child friendliness goes up. But
yeah.
if that's not an issue for you, then something to consider if it's like a bottle you're accessing day to day and maybe struggle with a little bit. You can also have a caregiver, you know, like deal out your weekly pills in a little, pill box for your week,
So
and you can
that's
just
what
like have them open and sorted and one and done.
That's pretty much what I do. I just have every week at the beginning of the week, I do my 7-day pill container. I have my pills done. I have two of them, one for like a morning and one for at night. I just make them both up one day, same time. They're ready to go, and then I'm good for the week, and I can just pop those whenever. So yeah,
Huh.
that's my way for sure, and it works. It's worked for a while now. The only problem is,
Yeah.
I will note, is my little pill containers. They're like those ones, they pop open fairly easy, which is nice and convenient to get into. But if you happen to knock it off of your lap or drop it and it hits the floor, they tend to open and explode your pills everywhere, all over the floor. So that's the other bad part.
Yeah. Huh. Med- Medication sucks,
Yeah.
but sometimes we need it. Huh.
That's our
But
kid kid does too.
vitamins, vitamins suck too, but they're good for you. I try to take them because my mama
I
gives
do
them
the
to me,
same
and I feel
supplements. Yeah.
guilty if I don't.
Uh,
But it's also because they're good for me. and we should all be taking whatever daily steps we can to be caring for ourselves the best we can. Because it's a whole lot easier to feel good if you're not feeling
That's
like
what I'm
shit.
telling you right now. Like, I hate feeling like this right now. Like, I do not like when I have anything going on where I'm not at like 100%. And it just,
Yeah.
so that's my main reason for eating healthy, for getting enough sleep, for just basically trying to take care of myself. It's because I don't want to go to doctors. I don't want to go to the hospital. I don't want to feel like crap.
What do you do when you feel like crap? Like you're telling me tomorrow, like you're feeling kind of like crap, and you have a long ass day tomorrow, or you're gonna be
Yeah, so
out
I
busy
have,
doing stuff all day long. How do you deal with it, man?
honestly, I'm gonna try to get a good night's rest tonight. Hydrate and just power through, rest when I can, and then hopefully, like Saturday, I'll probably try to take it easy this weekend and get a little bit of recovery after a long day of doing something like that. So,
Yeah,
yeah, I'll be probably out for. It'll probably be like a 12-hour day for me tomorrow. I have to leave my house I think by 9, and I probably won't get back till at least 9 tomorrow. So yeah, it'll be like
yeah.
a yeah, it'll be a good one.
It's it's the only reason I bring it up because I just think it's how a lot of us feel. It's like a lot of us have shit to do. You have long ass
No, and
days
it's
ahead, but you wake up feeling like shit. You wake up with AD. You wake up with low blood pressure, whatever it may be. How do you keep on going? Is a question we all gotta face at some point, and it helps I think to hear about other people. And I mean, I think you really hit the nail on the head. Like what it comes down to is like gritting your teeth and like persevering. Like digging deep for some strength that maybe you know been in reserves, strength that's been unfounded, and you just keep on pushing through.
Bro,
Um,
I'll tell you,
and
like, sometimes I feel like some of the things we deal with in a daily life and have to power through and stuff, like, if people, I don't know, man. Sometimes I'm like, man, if people knew some of the shit we deal with, like,
I know,
and like
man,
how
I know.
hard it is sometimes, like, because I think people sometimes, especially in the videos and stuff, will see, and I do, like, especially early on, I took a lot of my spasms and different things and out of the videos, which was probably dumb because it makes it look like, I just cruise through stuff, but like in reality, like it's not that smooth of a ride.
Yeah, in reality, it's very, very different. Um, but
Yeah, what's up, Casey Beats?
what up,
Casey,
Casey?
Caesar.
Yo, Casey,
Uh,
I'm gonna send you a little group text with some other peeps. We're gonna be trying to put together a little quad squad for some Fortnite or something, dude. But just giving you a little fair warning.
I'm just putting some everybody's comments and stuff in the chat or in the thing here.
Yeah,
Just
we're just reading through, making sure we touch everything. It's amazing how small things
but
can be blown up by being a quad. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's like something I've been dealing with literally my whole life. And when I was living at home with my family, and it was very like much my parents' like will and perseverance that helped like carry me along and enabled me to do a lot of shit. Um, Pardon my curse words, just like talking a little bit more casually right now. Hope that's cool. But, it's like my parents are just like, hey, if there's a little obstacle bump in the road, we'll just figure it out. We'll dig under it. We'll climb over it. We'll go around it. Whatever it was, we found a way. Um, and that was a lot of their doing. I was just kind of along for the ride, benefiting from, their strength and, perseverance. But being on my own the last decade and, try to be productive and stay busy. And, um, there was a few years, I mean, carrying 17 units in a semester and stuff where like I would get
that
up
sucks.
6 o'clock in the morning, come home from the library at like midnight and, just like crazy stuff. Um, and just be going all day long, pushing myself all day long, you know, cruising across the city, like after partying all night long before, and like spend the day out with the boys. Like, it's kind of, and I mean, I still do it to this day. I mean, I've definitely feel my body kind of bogging me down more, but still try to push myself to do a lot of this stuff because one, I think it helps me stay healthy. Staying active keeps you healthy. Um,
Yeah.
but what I found is, even if it's hard getting going, like usually there's this hump. Like if you can just get going,
It's true.
like the momentum will help carry you. And like it's a real thing. It's like
So
usually those first couple hours where like things are slowing you down and it's really hard. But if you can manage to kind of get over the hump, even if you are moving a mile a minute, you're super busy and stuff. That's a good thing because you're not necessarily thinking about the stuff that's making it hard. But the momentum can help carry you forward. And so I would always advise people. I mean, there have been time and time and time again where I'm, going out and I'm like, oh, I can't do this. Like, I can't do this. Like, I gotta cancel. I gotta, figure something else out. And I'm like, no, you got to just get on the bus, just get out there, and it'll be fine. Like, you'll start to feel a little bit better, and like, you'll be able to carry it forward. And 9 times out of 10, that's how it is. Um,
yeah, it's
you
usually
know,
how for me too. Yeah, once you get past that little like once you get out there and start going, it just kind of goes. And then at least for me, I do near the end, like once my day starts ending and wrapping up, like I do kind of crash and hit that wall like a little faster than normal. Like at the end of the night, I'm like, okay, I'm done. Like I hit this wall, give me bed now.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
so like I just kind of like power through. My body does it, and then at the end, it's just like, bow, just like total like, just that
It's
crash.
crazy
But
because you can feel it coming, and you're just like pushing and pushing and pushing.
you're just like, no, gotta make little more, little more. Like,
Yeah,
uh,
I mean, you said it, Quad Life. Like, you take a deep breath and move, but sometimes, like, I feel the same way, dude. Sometimes, like, I feel like I'm moving off adrenaline, I'm like moving off the remnants of, a little adrenaline keeping me going. What's up, Angry Quad? Thanks for joining us, man.
what's up, man? Yeah, dude. Yeah, we're just talking now about yeah, just different struggles of quad life and getting through stuff and how we deal with it. But yeah, if anybody else has any other stuff that they want to throw in the chat or ask about what we do, but yeah, man,
Coffee.
that's the
Coffee's
struggle. Coffee.
coffee's my friend.
See,
Caffeine
I
in
don't drink
any
as much
way,
coffee, but
shape, or
yeah,
form.
caffeine. Yeah, yeah, I try to get something.
It can be a
Uh,
double-edged sword though, because you say you go hard on the coffee one morning, and then you shit yourself an hour later because you
So
had
that's
too
why I
much.
don't drink coffee very much. Is I it just messes a little bit too much with like my whole stomach and bowel and all that, man. That's
I have my one
yeah.
cup usually. Sometimes I'll double dip at the Starbucks, but
Uh, yeah, man. That's and I do like right now I have a little bit of iced tea. That's what I drink in my cup usually on these. And like before the show, even today, like I was struggling earlier in the day, like before we actually got on, before you even got on, I was having crazy AD sweats. I'm just like, oh my god, dude! Like I don't know what I'm gonna do for this. But once we start going, just kind of power through. I've only had two little AD spouts through this show, so we're cool. I got
yeah,
through.
same. I mean, like getting on the show,
Uh,
like help bring my BP up and like help me feel a little bit better. Like I feel a lot better now than I did like this first 5 minutes when we were trying to get started.
yeah,
Um,
seriously. Uh,
but that's the point of engaging and moving and doing stuff. I mean, it's like a very simple thing what we're doing here, sitting in front of a computer and talking. But the other stuff, getting out, moving yourself, it really has a physiological effect. It has a effect on your mental health. It
just
is
being
a
out in
big
the
big
sun
thing.
too, man. Getting that like vitamin D
That's
and
what I
that
mean. Like,
just that fresh air, like it
yeah,
helps. It's up even for the spirit.
go for a
uh,
roll. Go cruise to the store. You got your grocery
Angry Quad, what?
situation, cardio, pump it up. Sometimes in the morning, I'll hit myself with a couple jumping jacks, get my blood moving, get my body going. And it sounds silly, but like Oh, seriously, if I do it, like, I'm afraid my shirt's gonna fly up. I'll just like start like, doing some jumping jacks, trying to get like if it's really cold and I'm like my body's really tight and I'm like struggling. You said it, Olivia. You gotta get the cardio going.
It does. Just it helps to get moving. Like if you start to get a little lazy, because I even will get like an afternoon lazy sometimes after I eat lunch. A lot of times I sit in the couch. Most of the time I do to eat. And if I sit for too long or if I've had a longer day, I get that like afternoon lull. And if I kind of give into that and like really like let myself kind of get tired, it's so hard to bounce back up and like I don't know, like you got to, because you again you have to pump yourself back up. I feel like I kind of went down. I'm like I'm at a low. Now I need to get myself back motivated and up. And um,
Yeah, I mean, I
anyways,
kind of rely on some close people in my life. Is like being social. I don't know. Anytime I'm like by myself, not anytime, but it's easier to kind of lull when I'm alone versus like when I'm with someone or with the homies or whatever. Like make plans to go out and do stuff. Like you have a group like Triumph. The Northridge group. I know it's online now, but um, you know organize those things in your lives. Figure out those groups, figure out those people, even if it's just going to a coffee shop or reading a book and getting out and sitting around other people. I found like the social excuse can be um, a very good motivator, getting yourself moving and stuff like that, getting yourself out at least. But I love to
yeah.
go cruising alone too. Go cruise to the park, go cruise to the neighborhood, go do my own thing. Nothing like cruising through a grocery store, shopping by yourself.
Uh, yeah, for it is like so. That's sometimes it can be a little bit like daunting to go out on those missions by yourself, especially at first when you're first trying to figure that out and you haven't done it much. And even for me, sometimes like there's days when if I haven't done something in a while or whatever, or like I'm just like I don't know if I want to do that. I know because like I'll know a parking lot sucks that I'm going to or something. I know there's going to be some issues and I'm just gonna like I just am worried about dealing with it. Usually, once I get going and I get there and I get the day done, it feels good. I accomplished something. I got out. I talked to people, just socialize, get out, and just live life a little bit. But sometimes, like even now, man, like I'm telling you, like I'll have days where I'm like, I have to do this, and I'm just like, I don't. I know it's gonna be hard, and I just don't want to deal with it on my own. But just
I,
power. Power.
the weather can be one of the biggest deterrents for me, and I'm so lucky. I never ever have to deal with it here in SoCal. Sometimes, we still get some normal days, but a lot of times, I mean, that's why I love to live here. It's because it's so beautiful all the time. But if I know it's frigid cold or really wet outside, or
Oh
if it's
yeah,
just baking
I don't want to
hot,
go out.
I'm just like dreading it. Like, oh, like, be like, oh, like I can't do this. Like, it can be pretty tough. But that's only if I got to get on the bus with a bunch of hot, smelly people or something. Or if I'm not prepared for the
Yeah.
cold. The preparation is key. And as much of it as like much as I dread it, I always find myself, taking it on, trying to
The
usually.
Angry Quad says satisfaction from accomplishment is such a high, and it really is. Like it really is such a high. Yeah. Like the first time you do something for yourself that you haven't done, it really feels like overwhelmingly good. uh,
Come
but
join
the
us,
weather,
Ro. The
yeah, man, the
beautiful,
weather in
beautiful,
California is nicer.
sunny
The
Southern
only issue,
California.
yeah, the only issue is some like it gets a little warm for a couple months of the summer, but even
Also,
then
you have
it's
to
not
sign
bad.
your soul over to the devil if you want to be able to afford to live out here.
It's true. It's expensive to live here for sure. A lot more
And
than
yeah,
other
maybe not
places,
that
but
extreme. I didn't mean to make an untoward comment. Hope it didn't offend anybody. Um, but it really is insane. But
yeah,
better than New
no.
York if you don't
I
like the
couldn't live
cold.
anywhere with high humidity. Um, or like snow, I guess. So yeah, East Coast would be tough for me, for sure. Because the humidity and the heat, with like out here, if it's 100 degrees, I can usually still cool down with a spray bottle. I have those cooling towels. Just getting into AC for a while enough to cool down. But if it's humid out, the spray bottle doesn't work. The cooling towel doesn't work because that's also moisture and like cooling. You can get into AC, but like even it's just I can't do it. So all
Yeah.
you guys over there, good luck this summer.
Medi-Cal is I don't know, it's any free government insurance, but I would argue that in terms of like the 50 states, Cali's, get their shit together at least a little bit more than the others. Um, Medi-Cal's not bad out here. Know a lot of people that use it thrive living off of it. How that would work out, coming from a different state, establishing your residency in California to be able to do that, like there's got to be a process for disabled individuals to move between states and like maintain care, but you're definitely gonna have to do some research into figuring that out.
Yeah, I
Um,
personally don't know a lot about
but
that.
hit us up if you find yourself out here on a little visit to scope it out.
And he says his soul's up
um,
for bid for those California rents. uh,
Help me out, brothers. I need info. My soul is up for bid. Let
yeah.
us reach out, man. Um,
Uh,
always happy to talk to you about some, living stuff out here in Cali. And
Doors can be triggers for
Angry
you, Hip
Quad,
Crip.
go ahead.
No, I just put in Hip Crip's comment in there about doors. Um, I guess being
Doors
out or
scare me.
whatever. I think, yeah, being heavy, different doors to get into.
I got stuck in
Um,
a subway bathroom one time
so that's I was
across the
just
street
telling
from my
somebody
junior
about that.
college.
Bathrooms, you do not go into a bathroom without your cell phone if you're on your own, because I know other quads that have gotten stuck in bathrooms and not been able to get out.
I've gotten stuck in bathrooms multiple times.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Hey, how I know
uh,
our instas are in the just they're on the screen and they're
yeah,
also in the description below.
and yeah, I think
We
that's what
have
you
all
meant.
of
They are
ours.
right there. Kryptonite and Shawn
Oh, is
is
that yeah?
Shawn
Oh,
Foot.
is that yes? Yeah, yeah.
It's Kryptonite, but with some numbers instead of the O's and the I's. So I got a weird Instagram name. People always have a hard time finding it. But in any
uh,
case, yeah, bathrooms can be tricky.
Yo,
Doors can be tricky.
what's up,
I mean,
C5RC?
anytime
Sorry.
I see no, you're good. Anytime I see a knob and not a handle, like I get a little fearful. I'm like, ugh.
Oh, I hate
Uh,
knobs.
yeah, I mean, I
Yep.
can't really do them. Like some knobs, if they're like very, very like loose and like I'm able to grip it, but most knobs are just so shiny and slippery because that's like the motif, like that's the aesthetic, right?
What's
And it's impossible.
So I will tell you what I have to do when, like, it's very hard to do, and when I can manage to do them, it's disgusting what I have to do. I basically have to lick my entire. I have to wet like my entire hand, and I'll have to lick multiple times. So I'll have to grab that knob and then lick my hand again. So it's disgusting. Like if anybody had any grabbed that knob before me and like it's gross quad life shit, but that is how I've had to do knobs when I've not had anybody around that would be there to open them, and uh, yeah, yeah, effing
And
knobs.
I don't mind hip grip.
uh,
It's 1370, almost 1400. That's utilities included, so I don't have to pay for electricity or water or garbage. So that might be, but that's for a 325 square foot studio apartment. So if you got a little sick, yeah, that's how I feel every month when I write my rent check. But it's all good. Paying for certain perks in the area. I want to get out of here, this particular place, but rent is very, very crazy anywhere here in California. I just got to find a good roommate. Me and Shawn, we're gonna make the live to roll pad here soon, and
we're gonna start the
figure
live
out
to roll
a
compound property. We're gonna have a whole
Yeah, I mean,
facility.
shit, dude. We'll just get a 2 bedroom, bro. Like, split a caregiver, save
Whatever.
on some caregiving costs, man. Let's go.
That could be a compound. Yeah, that's cool.
We don't gotta wait for a whole compound. We'll just do the pad.
I'm down. I'm down.
Uh,
Uh,
Now there
oh
are
man.
options in Southern California for um, low income housing and stuff like that. Very, very long lists. Doesn't mean it's not an option. I'm not sure all the details. Again, I'm not like the most knowledgeable person on the matter, but spoken to housing authorities. I've spoken to a lot of organizations here in Southern California in regards to housing, navigating like my rent increases. When I first moved here, it was $400 cheaper. That's like how much
Yeah.
it's gone up, almost 10% annually, and that's legally what they're allowed to raise it. It's like they raised it like 9.97% because I did the math. Uh, and like they literally like it's continuing. I mean, it stopped during COVID because they had to, but that's and I mean I can hem and haw about the healthcare system all day, but the housing and the renting market is just as bad, just as abhorrent, dude. I mean, even worse. We're facing 25% homelessness here, 30% homelessness here in Los Angeles. I mean, crazy
It's crazy.
numbers. There's a quarter of the population that doesn't have regular, like, place to stay day to day. That is a problem. It's a
Yeah.
problem for everybody. Huge, huge, huge problem for the city, problem for the state, problem for the country, and it's really a shame that the social programs that exist can do better to provide lower income housing, or the government can't step in and put on some regulation for these corporations that buy up this housing and you know jack up the rent prices. It's just absolutely insane. Personal care services are balanced between insurance and in-home supportive services. So I get 2 days a week of nursing care through my insurance, and then the rest is offset through in-home supportive services. And I just hire individuals through that to help me out. 2 people. Um, and my care is pretty limited. Uh, Too limited. Angry Quad made a comment earlier. It said confidence. Be careful. Like confidence can be dangerous, and that's absolutely right. It can be addicting. It can put you in a dangerous situation because you forget the reality of your situation, and that like it's fucking hard to be a quad, and you require some help. A lot of it, as a matter of fact. And I don't know. Like I've limited my care for a lot of reasons. One, I wanted to be independent. Two, like I just wanted as little of help that I needed, and then the rest of the time was like freedom, me doing my own thing, not
Yeah.
having someone around, not needing to rely on someone because my situation
Not
was set
being
up in such
restricted
a
to a
way,
schedule that,
not
because
being
that's the other
restricted to a
problem.
schedule.
Yeah. So I'm the same way, man. Me and you, I think a lot of us are out here, try to
Uh,
do base whatever the minimum care we need or we can get away with if we can.
but it puts you in a tough situation for times like when Shawn's experiencing right now, struggling, might need a little bit extra help with some stuff with AD, things like that. I mean, when I was having my bladder problems this last year, it was very, very difficult. I needed a lot of extra help just for everything, anything. I couldn't cath
Yeah.
barely on my own. Um,
And
and
that's
it
the
was
one
just,
problem too about that whole thing with the system IHSS here in California and other places is if you start to limit yourself on those hours because you think you're getting strong and you can do all these things, like you're not going to be able to maintain that every day of the year. You're going to need more care on certain days. So like and yeah, if they know that you're able to do those things, they'll take that care away from you and not so when you do need it, you're not going to have it. So just, word to the wise for people to be careful when they're when they're talking to their IHSS people and sharing how strong they are and how
Yeah,
independent
I
they've become.
mean, I was interviewed in Sonoma County, which is like where I grew up in Northern California, and I was given the maximum number of hours you could receive for in-home supportive services. And I was just being honest with my situation and my care. Um, but then I came down here to LA County, and it's a very, very different story. And I was very honest about, what my capabilities were and like my expectations for my care were, but they slashed my IHSS by like more than 150 hours.
Yeah,
And I
it's
was like, I
insane.
had barely anything. It was crazy. Now I've since gotten it up because I've been able to speak to my doctor and speak to my IHSS person and advocate for myself and about my situation. Be like, hey, you guys got to meet me halfway. You got to help me out. But it sucks because I still been kind of living life in the fast lane, like trying to do this with like minimal care. But now that like I'm getting older and my body's not working as well, I'm finding myself, especially certain days where like, oh man, I really should need more help. But I've kind of like scaled my care back to as limited as it's ever been. And that hurts you in two ways. One, it just like puts a lot of wear and tear on your body. I mean, it can be good if it's balanced, not the wear and tear, but the activity. But also, insurance companies, IHSS, like these, systems that are set up to help you, kind of put you in a different category. Like they literally ask you the questions, like, well, what have you been doing for the last decade? Like, you haven't needed the care. Why do you need it now? It's like, I don't know. Like, I'm tired. Like, my body hurts. This shit's hard. Stuff's changed, and like
And
sometimes they can be,
somebody
go
that's an
ahead.
able-bodied whatever person's not going to understand that when you try to explain that to them. They're not gonna, if there's somebody working there or whatever, when you're explaining like I'm tired, my body's getting worn and all this stuff, like they're gonna have trouble understanding that and giving you those hours back.
Yeah.
So
Never cut back on hours. And, they never come back. That's it. It's also like a balancing act too. It's like, how much time am I spending doing this versus like what I'm getting out of it? Like why? Um, but balancing your care, figuring out that whole situation can be a whole episode um,
uh,
that we'll definitely have
and
to do again soon.
I was gonna say real quick, what's up, Sarab? And sorry it took me a while, but your shirt is in the mail. You ordered. I got you. She should have it. Maybe today or tomorrow. It should be there soon. It's in the mail though.
No worries for being late, man.
Tomorrow, the next day, you'll have it soon.
Appreciate
Uh,
you coming through. And
but
how
yeah,
old are we?
Sarab. So
I don't know. You want to say? How old do you think we are? I'm uh,
should we take a guess?
29, 29 years old.
And I'm 39, so I got a decade on my boy Tom here.
Yeah, you have me fooled though, dude. Looking like a silver fox.
That's right. And then we got Bobby over here when he's back at 50. So we got these generations here, man. We got it all
um,
covered, man.
but yeah, I'm 29 years old and I've been paralyzed for 25 years. So I I feel like I'm dealing with some of the more serious side effects of longer term paralysis. Unfortunately, uh,
Yeah.
my body's just going misshapen a little bit. Um, my tendons and ligaments and muscles, for the parts that I have function over, are not functioning the way they used to. Dealing with a lot of side effects of overuse and things like that. But I'm trying to manage it. We were talking a little bit earlier about like pain management. I was exploring the pain management route, went to a pain management clinic. Um, I was looking for a physiatrist, which was like a doctor of physical medicine, spinal cord injury doctor, to help me figure this out. And they sent me to a pain management resource, a rehab specialist. And they are physiatrists as well, but not specializing in spinal cord injury. And Olivia, you have me fooled. I thought you were like 25. But yeah, we're definitely the same age. Um, but she looks
Uh,
way, way younger, better than me. But what I and they sent me to a pain management clinic, and they assigned me to like basic regular PT, not like spinal cord injury PT, and they
Yeah.
wanted to put me on some opioids or some pills, not necessarily opioids, but they wanted to put me on medication to help me treat it. Now that wasn't the route that I wanted to explore. I do Aleve, which I guess counts as medication, but it's not something I use daily. And I'm October 8th, Hip Crip. What day are you in October? Um, but I was able to get the right kind of doctor. It unfortunately took about a year and a half, but I'm there now. And I have the right kind of doctor. And I'm exploring some routes of pain management through uh, every avenue I can that's non medicinal. And I mean, if it comes down to medicine, I'm not opposed to it. I just do that right now with marijuana and Aleve.
No,
And
yeah,
it
I think
seems
we're
to
all.
work.
I'm the same way, man. I think we've talked about this a bunch. Is we're more on the holistic side of things. I think natural type of
And
healing,
I'm not
and
against pharmaceuticals in that, like, I know that they can change
no, yeah,
people's
they can
lives and,
help,
be
of
really,
course.
really impactful and meaningful.
Hip Crips on the
Oh,
7th. You guys are like close to a couple days
heck
apart.
yeah, man. So I'm gonna be 30, you're gonna be 50, dude. Reggae Rise Up in Las Vegas, 7th, 8th, and 9th. Downtown Vegas, hip crib. Be there or be square. Let's bring in,
I
let's bring in 30 and
kind of want
50.
to go to that. Let's do this.
Right. That's what we're trying to
Uh,
plan out.
we should see if the Canadians want to go. Our friends from,
I know. I feel bad because like that's what I'm kind of trying to figure out.
because I know they
And
always go on their on James,
they're
and then
going
they
at the
go
end
on
of
Halloween.
October,
Yeah, the
but we
end of
just gotta,
October.
tell them about this cool reggae festival or a bunch of quads are going to. 28 years, man. Yeah, I feel that. Um, it's like where the maintenance really comes into it. Like, I wish I would have been taking care of my body a little bit better the last decade. And again, I don't really take back any of the experiences because I was just living life and not really focusing on that stuff. But I really do wish I would have paid a little bit more attention. Just like I've gone along this ride and done a little bit more maintenance, starting a decade ago versus feeling like I got a long hill to climb before I'm, maybe going to be where I want to be. That being said, I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling good. Got a smile on my face. Trying to work it out best I can, like we all are.
C5
But
RC says he's going reggae rise up St. Pete.
hell yeah, man, that's awesome. My parents just got back from Cali Roots in Monterey this last weekend. Dang,
Yeah, dude, that'd be
man.
fun, man.
We got a fellow like reggae festival head in here. We gotta hook up. Figure out we can overlap the whole festival schedule.
I know stuff like that's really cool to be able to connect with people too, because you just like to hang out and see people that have traveled and stuff to here come. But
Yeah, I've
yeah,
I've talked to some quads that have been paralyzed for 50 plus years, and those guys inspire me. Those
yeah,
guys, set the standard. Like that's who I'm modeling myself after, and who I want to be. Because I want
I
to, have 60, 70 years as a quad under my belt if I can. I mean, I just want to make it until they can give me my robot body. But that might be a while. So
yeah. Well, the
we'll
docs in
see.
the beginning, I know like back in the day, life expectancy for a quad was like 5-10 years or something like that. But I think nowadays it's a little bit different. And like I know even we were just talking about that book, Life Rolls On, and Rick Mason and all his story and stuff. Like well, that dude did like 50 plus years, or 50 years in a chair, like almost like I don't
Peace
know,
out, Angry Quad.
and like yeah. So I think there's a lot of quads that are out there 30, 40, 50 years living. Even
Well,
Bobby's 35 years and
one of the
living life. So
biggest risks and stuff that we deal with is like skin issues or pressure sores leading to infections and blood poisoning and stuff like that. And as you age,
later, angry
it's like
quad.
your skin and like stuff like we end up becoming more susceptible because body's getting out of shape and gravity and other stuff. But just because a lot of people deal with issues, and it's not like just pressure sores. There's like a myriad of other stuff that can complicate you and get in your
I think
way.
pressure sores and just infection in general, because UTI, any type of other infection. But pressure sores, especially back in the day, that was a huge one because people weren't as versed on skincare and like how to take care of
And then
yourself.
have beds that could like rotate you and stuff, and
Yeah.
wheelchairs with like the technology we have, like the cushioning and like pressure mapping and stuff like that. Um, there's lots of reasons why quads are living longer now than they did in the past, but there were still some quads from way back in the past still living to this day. You know, so just because they're, like, I'm not gonna say it's common because I don't think it is anymore. Um, Nowadays, it's more than possible to live a very, very long, happy, healthy, fruitful, meaningful life, even as a quadriplegic. But it just takes more work, more energy, and especially more attention, maintenance to your body, unfortunately. But hey,
And I
that's the
think the
standard.
more
I'm holding
active,
all of you too, so figure it out.
definitely. And the more active you stay, if you do just lay in bed all the time, like your life expectancy longevity is probably not going to be the best because it's just not healthy. It's not great to be, not moving. You need to get that blood flow going and stuff. So,
And I know some people
um,
are in situations where they deal with pressure sores for several years and they're not able to get up for significant periods of time. Um, that's really
and what's
tough.
up, Randall? Thanks, man.
And my advice in those instances is stay as active as you can. Exercise from your bed if you can, and do what you can to increase
And you can't,
circulation in your body, and you can. Um,
yeah.
and talk to your wound care nurses, see how many hours you can get up. Take advantage of those, and keep your brain active too in those instances,
I feel like
because
stretching is another thing that needs to be stressed at, like on for early in injury because it can help. Just if you keep your body stretched, loose, and everything, it just really can help you move your mobility and everything. I think I don't know. That's one of the things I'm all about is keeping loose and stretched because for me that helps my spasticity as well. If I don't stretch and stuff, then I have way more spasticity and they're stronger. So,
yeah,
but
sedentary
stre-
lifestyle
movement.
can be very debilitating in a lot of ways. But activity doesn't necessarily mean jumping up out of bed and going living a crazy life. There's a lot of ways to you know stay healthy, despite certain circumstances. So we keep on rolling. That's right. Hey, what up, Randall? In the chat,
Yeah, what's up,
CSRC.
guys?
We kind of been going for a while, dude. I feel like we
I
keep ripping
know
hot
that was
all
funny
day.
because before the show we were both tired, not feeling good. We're like, if we got to cut it short, that's cool. We'll try for an hour, but whatever.
The
And then
longer we
here we
stay
are.
on, like the views kept going up. So chat was going good. I was like, gotta entertain the people.
Yeah, for sure. But we can start to wrap up. I am a little tired, and I do want to get some rest tonight so I can be ready for my long day out tomorrow.
Yeah, and the last little notes
Multiple
to wrap it
stops and
up on
activities.
is what Howard Roll just said. It's good to stay active, but be mindful of your skin and accept your body's limitations. Like what we're talking about here, I hope you can appreciate some of the context. I hope I don't like rant too many different directions and say things that don't jive with each other. It's all about balance, maintaining balance in your life, balance with activity, balance with rest, balance with your diet, balance with your fun, balance with your work, balance with everything. And it's a tricky thing. It's something that I don't have figured out yet, but I work every day to try to figure it out. And, we fail along the way, but we keep on going and hope that we can find a balance in a system that works for us. And we all get out of balance sometimes. That's okay. Becoming quadriplegic will really throw you out of balance for a while. Um, but that's just what we're talking about. It's going to be different for everybody. Everyone's going to have their different lifestyles, how they want to live, what they want to do. And, not trying to tell anybody to do anything any particular way, but we're just talking about how we kind of all find our
What
balance.
Yeah, well, we're kind of just sharing what we've done and what's helped us and what has helped others we know. So, if you can benefit from it, then awesome. And if not, then, sorry, but thanks for hanging out.
And if you want to talk
and,
about RC,
and
dude,
learn from,
Sean's your
yeah,
man.
dude.
Let's have you on and do an episode about that. I would go into Sean's house when he was living in the valley, and it's just like RC's on top of RC's on top of RC's, dude. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, I haven't driven him as much lately. But yeah, dude, I definitely like some RC, and yeah, it's fun. We should do that.
Yeah,
I
it's
have a
one of
bunch
my
of friends,
favorite hobbies when
so
I was younger. I'd really love to talk more about it with you too.
I gotta get my cars running. But yeah, we'll do that one of these times here, dude. Hit us up on Instagram or email me. But yeah, for sure. All right, guys. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with our bonus live. Brianna, I think we'll be back next week with the women's live on. It'll be the second Thursday of the month. But she's just gonna hopefully be able to make up next week, and if not, we'll figure something out.
Yeah, we'll be back on Tuesday.
And we'll be back Tuesday.
Working on different shows, working on different guests. I appreciate you guys kind of just chilling with us this week. It's it can be difficult sometimes to have these guests and stuff scheduled out every week, but
Oops.
nonetheless, we really appreciate you guys just coming and hanging out with us, our viewership, you guys, the chat. So awesome. One of my favorite things. So really appreciate you guys letting us come and hang out.
Yeah, thanks guys for hanging out, and that was fun. That was a cool little talk and stuff, and got my energy back up. So right on. Yeah, thanks guys. All right, we'll see you guys next week, and live to roll, everybody.